Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slamhub Wrestling. Myself SUPRIT, and this is the first ever episode of the Slamhub Wrestling podcast with my partner in crime, Darren McClearly, aka D Money. What's up, D?
Nothing much, man. Trying not to get the corona. Trying not to be bored to death. And yeah, man, I got a lot of big things going on. Anti-corona. So yeah, man. What's going on in your side of the country?
As of now, the Corona thing in our country is it's okay. It's not getting too much big.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, as this is our first episode, let's talk about our history. So, I'm from a small town in India, and D Money is from.
Philadelphia.
Oh God. So, we've been doing podcasts since last year with a different name called the D Money and SUPRIT podcast.
Correct.
Which, by the way, he has yet to get my name right.
Oh gosh, it's the Sir Pitt, right?
You need to work on that, man.
Oh man. Oh gosh. We need to come out with a cool nickname for you. That's what we're gonna come with off air. We're gonna have to give you a cool nickname. There
Yeah.
we go.
How about let me call myself S Money then.
There you go. S money. I like that. I like that. S money. I
Go
got like
trademark. Go ahead and trademark that.
yeah, man. Yeah. I like that.
So let's talk some wrestling then.
Yeah, man, let's get into it.
So we obviously have to talk about the current situation with everything going on in the world right now. For that reason, WWE has moved WrestleMania from Raymond James Stadium to the WWE Performance Center.
Yeah, man. They're gonna be in the WWE Performance Center. Is that located in Orlando, Florida? I believe that's in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, that's
Um,
online.
yeah. So yeah, man. I'm not a big fan of the move. But we'll get more into that. But yeah.
So here's what WWE said on their website. So they're saying that in coordination with local partners and government officials, WrestleMania and all related events in Tampa Bay will not take place. However, WrestleMania will stream live on Sunday, April 5th, 7 p.m. Eastern on the WWE network and will be available on pay-per-view. Only essential personnel will be on the closed set at the WWE training facility in Orlando, Florida to produce WrestleMania. So thoughts on this?
Um, I mean, I guess they had to do something, but um, I would have just postponed WrestleMania this year. I would have waited till everything kind of died down. Um, I could have yeah, I just would have waited till everything died down. Basically, you know, it's no reason to rush things. Um,
So so you're on board with me about postponing WrestleMania instead of doing it in the performance center, right?
yes, because it's gonna look real weird, and it's not gonna look like WrestleMania. Wherever they do, it's not gonna look like WrestleMania. It's not gonna feel like WrestleMania. It's gonna feel like a indie show. It's gonna feel like a startup company. That's what it's gonna feel like.
I think it was a do or die situation for WWE, so they decided to go with the performance center.
I mean, I guess, but I would have just postponed it. I mean, Lord knows the WWE creative needs a break. Lord knows the wrestlers need a break. And most of all, Vince McMahon needs a break. Vince McMahon has been going nonstop with WWE for the longest. I just think this situation, unfortunately, would have been a good thing for WWE if they just take a break. Now, my other option is that okay, they go ahead and do WrestleMania, and then after WrestleMania, they postpone everything else. Maybe they'll just run. They got all this content on the WWE Network. They can just
Yeah.
run old episodes of Raw, old episodes of SmackDown, um, best of Raw, SmackDown type stuff until everything kind of dies down. You know?
So you mean to tell that they should have cancelled all the Raw, all those NXT, SmackDown?
Yes, cancel absolutely everything. Cancel every single thing until this situation gets taken care of. Because you're what I think they're gonna lose viewers after a while. You
In in
know?
in simple words, you're saying that they should have an off season, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But do you
Yeah.
think a off season will work if they got millions of dollars of TV network?
I mean, yeah, I think an off season will work just because they have all the WWE content in the world that's in their library, you know. Like I said, they can just run old episodes. It doesn't need to be like, current WWE stuff. I mean, you know what I mean. It don't have to be
Okay.
like, they can just run that stuff. They can also they can also do a draft if they want to. They always talk about doing the draft and everything. It was already rumored to be done, so maybe after WrestleMania they can just do the draft for 2 hours or 3 hours on Fox or whatever the case may be to kind of kill time.
So, anyways, WrestleMania is happening in the Performance Center. So, I gotta ask you a question.
Yes,
So, you watched the latest Raw and SmackDown in that empty arena in the WWE PC.
unfortunately, yes.
So, were you able to invest yourself in a wrestling match in front of no audience?
Hell no. It was the most boring thing I had to watch in my life. I literally would rather watch the hands on the clock movie. Watch that.
Same goes for me because unless it's a promo segment, it's hard for me to invest in a wrestling match with no crowd. So in that case, a 8 hour WrestleMania in front of no crowd will be very hard on me.
Yes, yes.
And by the way, there's no live wrestling on NXT this week.
No, man, I heard that too. And I think that's a good idea too. Like, why waste creative time with that? Like, that's extremely hard on creative to like come up with material week by week with a live crowd. Imagine how hard it is to come up with creative material with no crowd.
And by the way, AEW is going full on with announcing who the Exalted One is this week.
Yeah, they're crazy too. Um, if I was AEW, I would have just did the same thing WWE does, like is gonna should do. You know, AEW should just run their first episode of AEW. AEW is more creative than WWE, so they could do like a lot of different things, like maybe sit down interviews. Uh, they're creative enough to kind of continue their storylines without wrestling almost. That's how much faith I got in AEW.
So you're saying that WrestleMania should be postponed. So my question is, can WWE hold on to these storylines for the next 3 months?
No, they can't. That's another thing. I think they have to scrap everything. Um, unfortunately, I think they should keep the main matches, the main title matches. Like they can keep the Drew Brock thing. They can keep Becky and
Shayna.
Shayna. They can keep Goldberg and Reigns. They can keep Shirley and Rhea Ripley. Those are the four I would keep. Everything else I would have to go back to the drawing board on. Even with the Phoenix John Cena stuff, I would have to. I think you have to like completely switch everything, and give it what another 2 month build up, to WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right.
You
But
know.
still, it was possible if they were creative enough, they could have pulled it for another 3 months, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, but you see the word you just used, creative enough. When the
Yeah.
last time WWE has been like consistently creative?
All
They
right. How did I forget? Yeah, yeah, you're right.
so it's like, I see where you're going, but that's kind of asking a lot for a company that has not been doing good creative for years. So I don't know.
By the way, the rumors were that they may consider moving it to August in a MSG show.
Mm. You said moving it to August.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be a bad decision. Um,
but for that, they may have to cancel one or two pay-per-views.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I mean, what they can do is have the Money in the Bank matches, the men and women matches, since those are the. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to cancel Money in the Bank and whatever pay per view that's gonna be after that.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah. Cancel those two. Have the Money in the Bank matches at Mania, and like I said, keep the top four matches and switch everything else. You know, in
Now, now,
between.
now that's creative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I should be on the creative team and not the 145 people that can't come out with a creative idea as a collective. But yeah, I think yeah, like I said, I think you should keep the top four matches. Um I hate I hate to say this, but maybe you can keep the AJ and the Undertaker thing. I would add Aleister Black into that match to make it like a triple threat, because you can always go back to the Extreme Rules of no, not my fault, Elimination Chamber. You can go back to that, show the footage of that, and Aleister Black can have a problem with the Undertaker sticking his nose in his business type thing, and then you start the feud from there. I think I think that'll make sense.
Don't know, man. A lot of things going here and there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Um,
So speaking of WrestleMania, what do you think about the current storylines that is going on right now?
um. I mean, I like the Orton and Edge storyline. That's one thing I wouldn't change is the Orton and Edge stuff, because I did enjoy Edge promo Monday. Um, the thing with Edge and Orton is that they can make anything seem believable, and I think that caught the audience attention more than anything else on the show. Um, but yeah, I think the Edge and Orton storyline is very good. I think everything else is extremely cold. I think everything else is lackluster after Edge and Orton. Edge and Orton was the hottest thing before this Corona hit, and nothing else has came close to that.
They did manage to make Undertaker versus AJ Styles kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah, with the personal stuff, but
Yeah,
that's almost like the same thing they're doing with Edge and Orton in a way. With Orton, that whole promo Orton cut on Beth Phoenix was
yeah,
basically
yeah,
the same thing AJ Styles said. It was just about the Undertaker. It was just it
yeah,
was
yeah,
like night and day. You
yeah.
know, but yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at the story. I wanted the Undertaker's promo Monday to Mark be more Mark Calloway than the Undertaker. you know.
I,
But
I
then,
didn't get I didn't get why WWE didn't bring out Undertaker's old gimmick like big evil American badass.
yeah, yeah, I think that was the time to do it. Especially with with it being in the performance center, that was the perfect time to change his character up. It was right then and there because you can't do the Undertaker entrance in the performance center. It would not look right. Um, I thought they was gonna go with the dong and then the Undertaker's old theme music with Limp Biscuit. I thought that's where they was gonna go. They didn't. They should have.
He almost did after he came out wearing a beanie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he looked real cool.
He should have done that.
Yeah, yeah, they should have.
But what's the
Um,
point now? But what's the point now, Daryl? It's it's not WrestleMania.
no, 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 no. It's like a low budget WrestleMania. It's like the how you watch a movie on TV,
Yeah, yeah,
like like if you watch it on regular TV and they edit out the parts you like in the movie,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's WrestleMania this year. Is that?
So there could be another reason that WWE went full on with doing WrestleMania in the PC. Maybe maybe Vince wanted to hide his creative failure by doing this in front of PC. Like Roman will not get booed if he wins the championship by beating Goldberg.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. But I don't think Roman would have got booed if if this never happened either. I think they would have cheered Roman because Goldberg is a heel to the internet fans. You know.
But he's but Roman would have still get booed if seeing what they did with the Fiend. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think I don't think they're over that. So yeah, Goldberg would have got booed.
speaking about Roman Reigns, did you heard that he's being tested positive for Corona? I heard somewhere.
Um, I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true. I think they would have made a big deal on that. Um, but I don't know. We'll see like tomorrow if that's true. Like in the next 24 hours if they bring it up, or in the next few hours if they bring it up more rapidly, then yeah, we might have something. But I doubt it. I doubt it. I think the WWE doctors are on top of everything.
So before we get to the last topic, talk about your new album.
Yeah, yeah. My new album is out. It's titled "It's My Time." Available on all platforms. That's Amazon, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. It's out everywhere. All digital platforms. It's a 7-song EP. I've been working on it for a while, and actually, it's been the theme song for the show for the last year. Um, yeah, so yeah, man, make sure y'all go out and support that and let me know what y'all think. Have you listened to the album so far?
I listen to My Time. It's my favorite.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna surprise you, man. I'm gonna surprise you with a music video. It's being discussed and we're just waiting for this corona thing to kind of die down before we shoot anything.
So we were talking about MSG. So New Japan is gonna make their return to MSG on August 22nd with Russell Dynasty.
Okay, okay.
And that's gonna be happening on SummerSlam weekend, and it's going head to head with NXT Takeover Boston. If even SummerSlam weekend is gonna happen,
Yeah, yeah. I think SummerSlam weekend is gonna happen. I'm looking forward to that New Japan show, man. Every time you bring it up, I keep getting more interested in it.
So do you think they're gonna sell out this show for the second time in a row?
I think they is. I think they are. Um, I think they have the talent there, and I think they got enough attention in America to actually pull it through. Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I think it's gonna be a big show. Excuse me. And I think they're gonna sell out quick just because people are gonna be just excited to go somewhere because of this whole corona scare. And I think it's gonna sell out and hopefully they can put on a good show.
If New Japan does manage to sell out Madison Square Garden, then it's gonna be a big slap to Impact Wrestling, who booted them out of Access TV.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. Which was dumb because if I was Impact, I would be trying my best to work a deal with them or some type of partnership or something.
I think it was New Japan side that they didn't want to work with Impact after their bad history with Okada getting ruined in their company. So
Yeah, I mean, y'all gonna leave my man Vince Russo alone. Vince Russo's the GOAT, okay? All right, and it was an accident, but
come on, man,
it's
come on,
time
man.
to.
Vince Russo did believe in Okada.
Yeah, I know, but no, no, I totally understand the reasoning from New Japan's perspective, especially looking back at what he's done and the impact he had. I kind of see why they wouldn't work with him, and I don't blame him.
So have you talked everything now? Is there anything left?
Uh, no, man, we pretty much covered everything, you know.
So D, where can these guys find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Mullet Be the Gang, Twitter at D.Money, and Facebook at Daryl McClary.
You can find Slamhub Wrestling on Twitter at SlamHubW, Instagram at SlamHub Wrestling. Our podcast and reviews are mainly audio based. And if you don't want your YouTube web running for that, then you can catch Slamhub Wrestling on Anchor and Spotify as well.
Yeah, man. And also my anchor, to plug in my anchor, is anchor.fm / D Money Show. Um so check it out. I would love to have you on there as well. We'll talk about it off air, but yeah, man.
So see you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a good one, guys.
Good.